Hey everybody, Donut here. So I'm making this video about a certain YouTuber who goes by the name LispyJimmy. He's got about 2.4 million followers. Now I'm not making this video because he's the worst clickbaiter I've ever seen on YouTube. I'm not making this video because you stretch all your content to over 10 minutes by repeating yourself just so you get that extra ad slot in there. I'm making this video because you constantly lie about law enforcement. Now, of course, there are a lot of people out there that lie about law enforcement, but you have 2.4 million kids watching your channel who are very impressionable, and this can affect the way that they interact and view police officers as a whole. I say children because I don't know of any respectable adult who would watch your videos for more than 2 minutes without wanting to stab their eardrums out with pencils. I didn't know who he was before today, but my friend Gavin on Twitter sent me one of his videos to take a look at. Now we'll get to that video here in a second, but I just wanted to show you some of the other lies that this guy tells. I wasn't going to make a video about him originally because I thought he might have been like 14 or 15 years old from the way he looks and acts, but turns out he's actually 20 years old. Jimmy posted this video August of last year called I Got Arrested. He's not lying about that, but let's take a look at it. I'm not going to make you suffer through the whole story, but the story is the officer could smell weed while he was driving behind him. He pulled him over. Jimmy wouldn't get out of the car after the officer asked him to. Jimmy thinks that he doesn't have to comply with lawful orders. He ends up getting put in handcuffs. And here are some of the highlights of his story where he's either a dumbass or he's completely wrong.
Now, some people may say, well, why didn't you just get out of the vehicle? Why didn't you just listen to the cop? It's not about listening to the cop, and it's not about, just getting out of the vehicle and making everything easy. It's about knowing the law. When you get pulled over, the officer must, even before giving the license to him, must let you know the reason of the pullover. It's a must. It's a fucking must, and this guy didn't even do it.
Jimmy, the cop had every right to step you out of your car. As a matter of fact, during a traffic stop, a police officer can step you out of your car at any time. If you really want to get into case law, look up Pennsylvania versus Mims. It explains everything you need to know about how a police officer has every right to step you out of your vehicle. Jimmy, I understand there are people out there that don't understand the law, but you getting on YouTube in front of your 2.4 million followers and just being absolutely 100% wrong is hilarious.
Apparently, I was smoking weed while driving, which was one of the reasons, which isn't even a reason to pull me over. You can't prove that this is weed from a distance.
Jimmy, I can't tell you how many people I've pulled over and other officers have pulled over just because you can smell the weed billowing out of their vehicle.
I got arrested for having prescription drugs without a prescription. And I just want to state that I had 3 Xanax pills on me, which were not mine. And the main reason why I'm getting this whole thing dropped and I'm going to try to get this whole thing literally off my record is because the whole stop itself was unlawful, and in that situation, if the stop is unlawful, you can actually fight that in court.
They're not even mine, officer. Holy shit, dude. You're going with that defense? They're not even mine. These are not my pants.
Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do while I'm driving? Fuck the police! So go fuck off, you sack of shit pig, because all I know is you're one of those fucks that just literally terrorize people.
After doing a little research, it turns out that a certain sheriff's department made this traffic stop, and it's public record. So, what were you charged with here, Jimmy? 4 counts of possessing a controlled substance without a prescription, 1 count of possessing marijuana, no more than 20 grams, and 1 count of resisting an officer obstructing without violence. Alright, so Jimmy makes that whole video about how the cop couldn't have smelled weed, and about how the cop was wrong, and about how the cop didn't know the law. And then last month he makes this video, Why I Got Arrested.
I got arrested for having prescription drugs without a prescription. I was arrested because I had weed in my vehicle. If you guys didn't know, without probable cause, you can't search the vehicle. You need probable cause to search the vehicle. When he did come up to my vehicle, I guaranteed he smelled the stench of marijuana.
Now, I make the videos to put police in a positive light and help people see things through a police officer's eyes. Jimmy does the exact opposite. This is the reason that I'm sitting down and spending time talking about this idiot today. But a few months ago, he starts posting videos about officer arrests. It's basically all clickbait bullshit where he spews a little diarrhea from his mouth and then chains together some world star hip hop videos. Recently, though, he started making these videos that are 100% misleading and 100% false, and it just makes police look bad, and you can tell that his edgy little followers in the comments are just believing everything he says. Now, I have a huge problem with this because most of his followers are probably kids, and as I said before, this is going to change how they view the police, how they interact with the police, and their attitudes towards police. So the 2 videos I'm primarily talking about are 13-year-old gets arrested for smiling, must watch, and police beat up 16-year-old kid for sitting. must watch. That was yesterday. Now, what Jimmy likes to do in his thumbnail is put a picture of police arresting somebody with a picture of a kid that's beat up who has absolutely nothing to do with the arrests in the video. Jimmy, I have the nagging suspicion that you don't give a shit either way and you just want subscribers. But in doing so, you're casting a very, very bad light on police who are already hated enough for no reason. In this next video, Jimmy says that this 16-year-old is getting beat up by cops for literally no reason, but provides zero context into it.
This 16-year-old boy legit gets beat by 3 police officers for no reason. So the first video I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. This 16-year-old boy was literally just sitting on the curb.
It turns out this happened in Baltimore. The 16-year-old wrapped his hands around a 14-year-old girl's neck and threw her against a car before police arrived. What we don't see also is the interaction between police and the 16-year-old leading up to the incident. What makes this video so bad is that you think it's the kid screaming this entire time. It's not the kid screaming, it's somebody else.
Yo, I'm not best, yo, not yo, get off. Hey, I know you stop resisting. Put your arms behind his back right now. Put your arms behind his back.
Hey yo, why you hitting him? Why you hitting him? Why you hitting my man?
Right now. I'm gonna put you down.
Put your arms on. Hey yo, don't hit my man like that.
Alonzo, chill.
Put your arms behind your back. Yo, he got all the right to swing on you.
Put your arms
got that piece on the bottom. Hey yo, stop hitting him, dog.
Put your hands behind your back. Now, I'm gonna put you down. Put your hands behind your back.
Yo, stop punching him.
Like I said, you can hear someone saying, please stop, and crying. That's not this kid. You can hear him going, get off me, and pushing the officer. In that video, there's a few other things they could have done to get his hands behind his back. They could have tased him. They could have maced him, which the officer eventually did. Pressure points, joint locks. But on the other hand, it was somebody resisting arrest, and we weren't there. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of that arrest. Now, you have another video like this called 13-Year-Old Gets Arrested for Smiling. He absolutely wasn't arrested for smiling, just how that kid wasn't arrested just for sitting on the sidewalk. Anyways, this is Donut. Everybody, please have a great Sunday.